Welcome back, everybody, to another fighter interview. This time brought to you by our main event of the night, Figuereido Landman, all the way from the Netherlands, fighting for the, get ready, the professional 173-pound Southeast striking light heavyweight Glory Rules title. That's a long one, so make sure you can say that three times fast. Figgy, thank you for your time today, bro. I know you just woke up. It's 10 a.m. I am in Japan. There's a 6 hour difference, so I appreciate you working with my schedule, getting this set up, man. I
Yeah,
already interviewed Christian, so I'm happy to interview you, Figgy. So how are you doing, bro?
yeah, I'm doing great. I feel good. I feel fit. I just got back from Turkey. I had a fight over there. It's about 2 weeks ago, and there was also a win. And yeah, I feel good.
Was that your first time in Turkey, or you been there before?
And it was my first time. It was
How
my
was
first
that?
time. Yeah, it was fun, but I've been to many countries this year, and it was a bit boring after the fight. It was a bit boring because I'm used to being in the big cities the last years, and this is a big city, and it's also really expensive. So it's
Turkey's
not
expensive.
yeah, it's not so fun.
Oh,
But,
what has been your favorite city to go to?
I think Pattaya, Thailand. You pay $5, $6, and you have a massage for 1 hour, and you can eat there for 10 hours a day for $10 for a day. So it's really cheap there.
Yeah, man, a fighter's paradise in Thailand.
Yeah,
Awesome, man. Yeah, so yeah, I did catch that on your Instagram. Really good to see that. I know the Hammers Gym team have been very busy. They've been all over. They've been going to Japan for K1 fights also.
yeah,
So
yeah.
been
They
very,
go
very, very
everywhere.
busy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
man.
go everywhere with hammers.
Yeah, Figgy. So I know I know your credentials, and I want to give you the opportunity to talk about them. So, talk about where you're fighting out of, where you're living right now. What promotions you fought for. Kind of give the people the insight into who you are, Figgy.
Yes, my name is Figuereido Landman. Uh, I have a lot of fights, and also when I was younger, I had a lot of fights in the youth classes. I think when I was 15, I started fighting amateur, and when I turned 18, I got the opportunity to fight in a TV program, and I took that opportunity, and I was in the half final of that program where I fought against two glory fighters. One is Robin Siric, one is Andy Risti. Andy Risti was a former champion. He beat a lot of good guys like Grigio Petrosyan, Albert Kraus, etc. And I beat that guy, so that's a big name on my list. And after uh, the program, I started fighting for glory. I had two fights for glory, one win and one loss. And after with the loss, I switched gyms and I had a lot of trouble in my head. I was 90 kilos and I had to weight cut to 77. I had a bad start, but there was no problem because after that, we just got into more fights the weeks after, and 2 weeks after that fight, we had a fight, and now 3 weeks ago we had a fight, and now we're fighting next month. So it's going great, and I want to knock this guy out 16th of November.
Yeah, man. So for the audience, the kilos, 90 kilo is about 190 pounds, and then
Yeah,
77 is about
70.
160, 170. So that's a pretty
Yeah,
big cut. Yeah. Just getting my American audience here.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah, dude. So yeah, I'm really excited. So let's talk about your opponent, man. So, Crispy Christian West is your opponent on
Yes.
November 16th. What do you know about him? And how do you see the fight going, brother?
I know that he's doing his thing. I know that he's a Muay Thai style fighter, and I watched one of his fights, and I think he's a great fighter, and I think he's a good opponent for me in America, and I like his style. But I'm bringing him the Dutch style kickboxing. That's gonna be a problem for him. So let's go.
Dutch style kickboxing straight out of the homelands. Figgy, can you, obviously, without spilling your secrets, I just want you to tell me, for a person who has never watched you fight, describe them what your Dutch kickboxing style looks like. What is your fight style?
It's just for me throwing the bombs, chopping the legs. It's like 3 rounds of pain, this time 5 rounds of pain, And if it comes earlier, I knock him out. But for now, the plan is 5 rounds of pain for him. And that's a Dutch style. We just go forward, we don't go backward, we just chop the legs, we just throw the hooks. So it would be fun, this fight.
Hey, you mentioned you changed gyms, so and obviously talk about what you can talk about. What led you to switch gyms and what led you to Nick Hemmer's gym, and how has training been going there?
After my glory debut, uh, I started to see, and already before that, I didn't have any sparring partners in my gym. I had to go to other gyms and stuff, and then I started to live in Rotterdam. That's not near by my gym. I had to drive with the car for 1.5 hour to go to the gym and back, and then go to the gym and back. So that's not possible, and I just had to make a switch. I already felt it maybe for a year, and I didn't feel comfortable with switching until I met Nick Hammers, and he gave me a good feeling. I went to a lot of gyms, and they were pulling like, "Come here, I can fix you to fight here. Come here, you get this. Come here, you get that." All the attention. And when I started training at Hammers, he didn't give me attention. It was just a normal talk, not pulling at me, and that's what I like. Just don't come too near. And that's what I liked. I seen a lot of talents, and it's just a champions factory. And when I was a young kid, my uncle trained there, and he asked me to train there one time, and I always dreamed of training there. So yeah, I think that was a great opportunity to maybe make the switch because it was closer, and I felt like if I went to that gym, I can become the best version of myself. And I think that wasn't possible in my older gym. But respect to them, they brought me here. They brought me to A class. They did a lot for me, but it was time to make a change, and I think it was the best opportunity because look where it brings me. We go everywhere, we fight everywhere, we fight a lot, and we're not waiting for one fight for glory. We just fight 3 fights, 4 fights, 5 fights, no problem.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah,
Well,
that made a switch for me.
yeah, well said. And this is a theme that I'm seeing amongst more fighters. Figgy, I'm a fighter myself, a young one. I would only been competing maybe 2, 3 years now, training 2, 3 years.
Mhm.
But a common theme I see amongst fighters is sometimes switching camps is a healthy thing for the fighter. And like you said, no hard feelings to previous camp, but to go to the next level, you need to make those decisions for yourself.
Yeah, yeah, of
Um,
course. And I think maybe when I came to Hammers Gym when I was 12 years old, maybe I wouldn't be the guy that I am right now because I was in a gym where I was the talent, and maybe in Hammers I wasn't the talent. So my dream brought me where I am right now, but now we go up, with Hammers Gym, and they have a good plan with me. Nick has a good plan with me, so that's the choice.
Figgy, you talked about when you were competing as a kid. So uh, take me back to the first day into the gym. How did you get started in martial arts? How did you get started in fighting? And
I
what kept you in fighting? And how did you get to here where you are now?
I actually I was I think 12, and I had a street fight. with two guys, and I beat them up. And then, for me, a weird white guy picked me up, and he was very strong, but he didn't look strong, you know. He picked me up, and he was like, "What are you doing? Why are you fighting? Who's your trainer? This and that." And he set me down in the gym like a little kid with those strong hands, and he was about to call the trainers in the city and telling it, one of your kids is fighting outside of the gym, but I wasn't training somewhere. I just had the talent of fighting and that I can beat up guys, you know. And then someone thought that I am not a fighter, and there was some trouble in my family happening, and he told the trainer about it, and then he asked me to come a day after and train with him just to release all the shit in my head. And he saw the talent, and then he offered me to train there for free for 1 month, but I didn't had any money. My parents didn't had any money. So 1 month turned into 3 months. 3 months turned into my first fight. 6 months turned into free training, and then I never stopped training there. I've been out for maybe 1 year because I was always making trouble in school. But after that, I came back, and then I never stopped. So I think
Beautiful.
when I was 15, you could say I was 12, then I started. I think I was 14 when I stopped, but I wasn't serious during those 2 years. I really wasn't serious. Then when I was 15, I came back and I started to focus. And when I was 16, I uh, fought my first C class fight. So I skipped the newcomers. I just went to C class straight. I beat up that guy. Then 1 month later, I also fight in a C class fight, beat up that guy, and from then and there, they started to see the talent. I went to Germany a lot because in Holland you cannot fight on the head until 18, and in Germany it was no problem, and so I fight almost all my C class fights in Germany, and then I did a couple of B class fights, and then the program came and I become A class.
Very
So it was a
interesting.
lot.
We don't have that set up here in the States. There's no A class, B
Yeah,
class,
there.
C class. It's just
Yeah,
amateur
there's
and pro.
yeah, amateur and pro, and a lot of guys stay really long in amateur with kickboxing and with boxing in America. But here it's when you fight C class, you are good. When you fight B class, you can have a really good guy or just a guy that's like this. But when you turn A class, so pro, there's gonna be a problem in front of you. There's not a easy guy. A class is not easy guys anymore. So C class is ma- sometimes you have a good opponent. B class you are almost guaranteed to have a good opponent, but sometimes they are not that special. And A class is just a problem in front of you if you're not prepared good enough.
Very interesting. And
Yes.
then so at what age did you turn pro? And how did you know you were ready?
I was 18, and I turned pro actually in that program what I taught you about. And my first pro fight was against Andy Risti, and that was the former Glory champion.
Mm-hmm.
And he beat up a lot of guys. So when I was in the program and before I didn't know who I was fighting, there was like a system, and they would choose what fights there were gonna happen be out of challenges. And then I called my trainer and I told him like I'm going to fight Andy Risti, and he was silent for a bit because he was thinking, oh shit, he's really fighting that guy. And I called my friend, and he also was like, "Fuck, he's going to fight Andy Risti." And every I think everyone in the program didn't wish to fight Andy Risti because if you watch the videos of what he did, He's like a fucking killer, you know, and everyone was scared, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight Andy Risti. And then I started to see, okay, a lot of guys are scared of him. Okay, that's a good opponent, and I just beat him up. So I was very happy about that fight.
That that made you a very scary fighter. So this TV program, based on my research, is like for
It's
American audience, it's like the Ultimate Fighter.
Yes, it was called House of Glory. It was a program from Glory, so it was really fun to participate in it, and also it was an eye opener because for me, I always been fighting, but I never really been training. You know,
Hmm.
also when I was at the older gym, I was not really training. I skipped a lot of lessons, and also was not busy with my weight and everything. And when I was in the House of Glory program, I started to see that the pros really live like pros. You know, they were always drinking a lot of water. They were busy with their food. They were busy with when we already trained. The guy named Robin Searich, he went on a bike with a sweat vest, and he was like, "I'm gonna do this for half an hour." Then he finished. He drinks some water, and then he go into the sauna. The other guy, and the rest, he woke up. He did, I think, stretching and a little bit of Thai oil, and he went into the sauna every day, you know, and he read a book. And then there's me. I try to snack in the evening. I hope the cameras didn't see me, and I was calling with the girls when I was laying in bed and doing nothing, you know. And when they asked me to train, I was like, I have to train again. But after that program, I started to see like to become a pro, I have the talent, but you also have to work. You know, you cannot. You have to work.
So would you say in your entire fighting career that this program was the most important thing that could have happened to you?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know. It's maybe an important thing, but also what was important was maybe also the loss in the program and the loss outside of the program, because when every time when you lose, it's like a setback. You go two steps back, and you are looking at your path and thinking what is going good and what is going wrong, and sometimes when you lose, you're going to see things, you know. And so I think this was also a good thing, but losing is also a good thing. What sounds weird because a lot of Americans don't want to lose; they want to keep their record clean, you know. But
Hmm.
for us, it's no problem to lose because this is a dangerous sport, and if you lose, it's no problem.
I imagine you don't lose very often, Figgy, based on what you're telling me. But
Yeah.
what was a really big lesson that you took away from that loss? You said that's really important to you.
I think my last loss, like in May, when I was really fat, 90 kilos, I had to weight cut too much. There was a lot happening and stuff. I think that was a good loss because I fought against a guy that everyone knows that I can beat up, but just because he worked harder, he was busy with his food. He was doing the things that I didn't do, and I came in too late, thinking that with the last 1 month, 2 months, that I can be fit. And after my glory debut, I was not active more anymore in my old gym, and so I started eating, not training. I was sometimes at another gym. Maybe the switch was maybe over half a year. You know, it wasn't a switch directly. There was maybe a gap of one half year, and in that 1.5 year, I was eating, partying, and doing a lot of stuff. You know, that made me fat. And when I walked upstairs, you know, I was already, you know, gassed because I didn't do anything anymore. And now I fight a guy that everyone knows that I could beat up with my physique, with my power, with my technique, but I lost because I wasn't that fit, because I had to lose so many kilos. So that was a maybe important for me to see that if you don't put in the work, you're still going to lose no matter the talent. Because I think that fighter wasn't as talented as me, but he won because he put in the work when I was partying, when I was eating, and that's what I have in my own hands.
Very well said, Figgy. You mentioned the word goals in the last question. So, what is your ultimate goal in fighting? And when you're done, when you hang up the gloves, where do you want to finish off?
Uh, I want to make the guy that was 15 years with stars in his eyes. I want to make him proud, but also to make the older version of me proud. That when I look back, I am happy with the choices I made, and I want to make myself happy. So those are my goals. And in kickboxing, of course, everyone says I want to become a champion, but I also want to become a champion, but I also just want to fight and to show the world who I am, and make a change, make a name, leave a legacy. That's what I want as a fighter, you know.
Absolutely, man. I think I know the answer to this, but you tell the audience, how did you end up coming to fight for Southeast Striking in November? Are you excited to come to America to fight? Is this your first time?
Yeah, this is my first time, and I'm very excited. But to be honest, I was so motivated, but then the paperwork came in. I had to do so many things. Oh, America is so crazy. I had to do the ESTA, the blood work, the physical, the eye test, and everything. Still busy with the hotel, still busy with the tickets. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's the only thing that I hate, that I have to do all that work. But I am very motivated, and I think the moment when I enter America, the focus is on. It's always the focus always comes. So I'm excited for this fight, and I want to knock this guy out and take the belt with me home,
Yeah,
so
man.
that
I
I
think
can put it here.
yes, yes, sir. I think you're gonna have a lot more American fans, man.
Yeah, I hope.
America very big on MMA right now, so
Hmm.
not a lot of kickboxing, but I love kickboxing. I
Hmm.
love kickboxing a lot. I love Muay Thai too.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
but I love watching K1. I love watching K1 Max, seeing
Hmm.
all the old fighters. I love watching K1 now. So I'm really excited for you to be coming in, putting on a great show against Christian. I think you guys are going to have an amazing fight. Before we finish off, Figgy, I want to ask you some questions about you and some questions about Netherlands because I want to go to the Netherlands
Yeah,
maybe
yeah.
very soon. I think that country is very beautiful, very cool. Figgy, do you really eat fish? Kibling, is that what it's called? The fish. Do you really eat
Sometimes,
that?
sometimes. Yesterday, my girlfriend, she asked me to eat kibbeling, but it's really fat, and I have to lose
Oh,
a little bit of weight, so that's not good for me to eat right now. But I ate a lot over the years. It's really nice, but you have to season it good. You have to season it good. So when
uh,
you when you are in the Netherlands and you are gonna eat the kibbeling, ask them to season it good because then it would be tasty. But without the season, it's not that nice.
okay. Oh, I have a friend and a mentor, technical theory coach Daniel Nelson. He go to Netherlands over the summer when the American guys went to Scotland to for the WKA tournament. Then they go
Hmm.
to the Netherlands. That's where maybe you met Malik and Raul and
Yeah, yeah,
those
yeah,
guys. Yeah, well, he was there too, and he was eating kibling. He didn't like it very much. I don't know if he likes fish. I like fish a lot, so maybe I'll be okay. But
yeah.
that's good to know. Very good to
I
know.
think you'll be okay. Kibbeling is really nice, but I think there are some things you have to grow up with. It's maybe a
Hmm.
weird feeling
Yes, acquire
weird,
taste.
yeah, yeah,
Yes.
weird something to eat, but it's really nice. It's like the fried chicken of Holland.
We eat a lot of fried. Where I'm from in America, in the South, good fried chicken, good barbecue, man. So
Yeah, I
maybe after your fight, we go out get some good food. Sounds
Yeah,
good.
yeah, yeah. Of course, of
Okay,
course.
okay, okay.
You can take me to all the places after I beat up that guy.
Yeah. When are you coming into America? Are you coming in a couple days before, a week before? How many days
Like,
before?
come in 7 days, a week before. Yes,
Okay,
come in
okay, okay,
9th of November, I think.
okay, okay,
Yeah,
okay. Greenville is very beautiful. I mean, Netherlands is very beautiful too. I think Greenville is very beautiful. I think you're gonna find good spots to cut weight,
yeah.
run around, do
You have
lots of runs and stuff.
a lot of nature in Greenville.
Lots of
It's
good nature. There's a waterfall in the middle of the city.
oh, can we
Yeah.
swim there?
No, actually, maybe at the bottom. I think you can. I've seen people in the not deep enough to swim, but you can walk around in it.
Uh,
People take their dog and put him in the water.
Yeah, I have a question for you because how's the weather there? Is it warm or is it turning cold right now?
So okay. So Greenville is up here. I'm
Yeah.
from Charleston. It's down here, about 3 hour down. Charleston's hot. Greenville is a little bit colder. Let me check Greenville weather right now. Greenville weather right now is warm. Warm still. Greenville is
In
right
Celsius,
now.
in Celsius,
Yes,
because I
Celsius.
know.
Celsius. Oh, maybe not too bad. So 78 to Celsius is 25 degrees
Oh,
Celsius.
that's good. That's good.
Yeah,
And
not too warm.
is it going down
Hmm.
these 3 weeks?
Yes, yes,
Like,
yes. At night, very cold too. At night, very chilly. Good
mhm,
wind. So Greenville, very beautiful.
yeah,
Very walkable. You can walk anywhere. You have good bikes, scooters,
yeah, yeah.
nature. Yeah, good food too. So
Okay,
you're
that's
gonna
nice
like
to hear.
Greenville.
That's nice to hear.
Yeah, I'm from Charleston, a different city, 3 hour away, but I love Greenville. I like going to Greenville very much. Raul live in Greenville, and
Yeah.
then when I work on a show, I stay with him, and it's very beautiful. So
Okay, nice, nice, nice.
yeah, it should be good. Figgy, before I wrap it up, man, you want to shout out any shout outs you want to give to teammates, coaches, friends, sponsors? Floor is yours.
Yeah, I think I want to shout out my trainer Nick for being there for me and also making it possible to fight here. And also shout out to Raul for making it possible to fight here. I also want to shout out my the father of my girlfriend because he's always helping me, and the mother of my girlfriend. They're always helping me and planning things for me. So yeah, shout out to them.
Are they coming too or no?
No, they're not
No.
coming, but
Okay.
maybe the
Then
next fight.
yeah, maybe the next fight. Yeah. Well, Figgy, thank you so much for your time today. Guys, make sure you are there in person because I think this one's going to be a banger, man. You're not going to want to
Of
miss this.
course,
I
of
personally
course.
think this is the best show that Raul has ever put on.
Yeah,
Every fight from amateur to pro is a high level fight, high caliber. And Figgy and Christian are going to be fighting for the Glory Rules title. So you don't want to miss it. Make sure you're there in person, November 16th in the beautiful Greenville, South Carolina, or you can catch us on pay per view. We'll see you there.